Hey guys, welcome to Casually
Casually
Us podcast.
I forgot already.
You're even looking at me too. Hey guys, welcome to Casually
Casually Us
podcast.
podcast. Yeah, where we're gonna talk about us.
Casually. Should we try that again?
Sure.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Elizabeth's fiance, Royce.
And we are your hosts for Casually Us podcast. We are from sunny California.
Although it's a little gloomy right now.
Yes, but it's still giving some great light for this video. And we're specifically in Arcadia, if you guys know where that is. So yeah.
You forgot to introduce our co-host.
Oh yes,
Mango.
this is Mango.
And our other co-host,
Mango Pillow.
Pillow Mango.
I thought it would be very fitting for the first episode to talk about how we met. Take it away, Royce.
Yeah. She usually has me tell the story of how we met because
He usually interrupts and takes over. So I'm just like, you can
that's
say it.
because she gets details wrong and she remembers things wrong. Like, what was the day that we met?
I don't think I even remember that.
Wow.
So
It was
what would I
December.
say?
Oh, it was December 21st, 2017, Thursday night. Just setting the scene there. So we were at a nightclub. It was called Create LA, which I think now it's called Academy. And I was there just casually with some friends.
I burnt.
I was like, dang, that's a subtle way to tell me my breath smells.
Excuse me. Okay, continue. Sorry.
So I was there casually with some friends and
Casually.
very casually. And I mean it was Thursday night. Anyways, we showed up. We went to the very back where there's like an open patio or something, and one of the girls that I was with, she like recognized Elizabeth, and I wasn't big on social media or anything like that, so she was like, "Oh my God, like this is Elizabeth Tran, like blah blah blah. Like, can I get a photo with her?" And I was like, "Sure." Like, she's pretty, but like, what does Elizabeth Tran mean? Like, what is that? What is that? So I took a picture for her, and then we walked away. And then she was like, "You don't know who Elizabeth Tran 626 is? Like, she's like so famous on Instagram and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh really?" And then so she showed me her Instagram, and I was just like, "Oh wow, she actually really is famous, you know? Like, how come I've never heard of her? Like, this is a perfect way for me to like introduce myself and be like, yo, I just found out how famous you are." But anyways, so I walked back over to her and I was like, "Oh, you know what? Like, she just told me that you're like Instagram famous and I've never met anyone Instagram famous, so can I get a picture with you also?" So I got a picture with her, and then this part gets a little blurry. And we kind of disagree about like what kind of happened. I think I asked her like for her like information, and I think she gave me her Facebook, and I think you gave me your Facebook first, and then
I think I gave him my Snapchat first.
interesting, maybe I feel like you added me on Facebook
Okay.
like that night. But anyways, and then she also gave me her phone number, and she was like, "What are you doing for New Year's Eve?" And I was like, "Wow, that's very forward of you." I just met you, and New Year's Eve is in like 10 days. So I was really taken aback, and I thought she was into me, but apparently from what she says, she was just trying to milk me for my table money because she was hosting at, what was it, Mansion?
Yeah.
And she really wanted me to buy a table from her, so yeah.
Yep.
Likely story. So then we kind of like parted ways after we exchanged information. This part's kind of blurry to me too, but apparently throughout the night I kept like bumping into her and saying, "Hey, you remember me? My name's Roy."
No, you're like, "Hey, do you remember me? Do you remember who I am? What's my name? What's my name?" And I was just like, "Royce?" You're like, "Oh, okay, I'm just checking. I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was there with a bunch of my guy friends that night. So it was really interesting Yeah, it was really interesting because I don't think anyone has like hit on me so hard, where he kept coming back asking me, "What's my name? What's my name?"
It might be
And he even
because
did it outside after you bought me a dirty dog.
after,
Yeah.
before.
Maybe before.
Yeah, I think it was before.
I remember outside.
Yeah,
The dirty
it was
dog.
when.
And then yours just like nice jacket. I was like, "That's not mine. It was Sabina's jacket."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame jacket.
It's a Hall of Fame, not Huff or whatever. It's a
Oh,
Hall
you
of
know
Fame.
what? I don't remember. It might be Huff.
Yeah.
It might be a Huff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we bumped into each other again outside, and as you know, or some of you will know, there's street vendors outside of most clubs, and they sell like we call them dirty dogs or LA dogs, street dogs, whatever.
Yeah.
They're just hot dogs, bacon wrapped hot dogs with like peppers and onions, and then mustard, ketchup, and mayo. And so I think she was waiting in line for one, and I walked up and I was like, "Hey, can I buy that for you?" Or
I think I was asking my guy friends if they had cash, and he overheard. He was like, "I have cash."
maybe.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought it was my opportunity to get in another little, 2 minutes of
Interaction.
FaceTime and be like, "Yo, I will buy that for you." And this is the part that I always tell people, and I say that this really got to me. And she says this never happened, but apparently I think it did happen. The vendor was working on her hot dog, and she said, "Make sure that she puts extra white sauce. I really like white sauce, a lot of white sauce." And she kept emphasizing white sauce. And
I think it was all in his head.
No. She, like, knowing her now, she has a very dirty mind. So I wouldn't put it past her to always use that like as a euphemism.
Okay, mind you, I was there that night with the guy I was talking to. So, knowing the situation, I don't think I would have flirted with him in front of that guy. Also, I was not attracted to him when I first met him. Yeah. Like I said, or like he said, I got his number so that I can milk him for bottle money. Wasn't anything special. And I feel like I'm really good with names, so yeah.
I felt like she was very outgoing and very forward with that white sauce euphemism. So, like, I think that really piqued my additional interest in her because, like, I was already
I
attracted
think
to.
you're just very dry.
Yeah,
Just
maybe
thought
that.
things.
Maybe that too. Whatever it was, that's how we met. And then I think she was on a flight to Dallas because every holiday she goes to Dallas to visit family. And so she was flying out the next morning, a Friday morning, December 22nd, 2017.
Wow.
I always throw those dates and stuff out there because she never remembers.
And a lot of people get really impressed.
So she flew out, and so for like, 10 days until she came back for New Year's Eve, I wouldn't have any opportunity to like take her out on a date or anything. So what happened was we just started chatting on, I think, Instagram and Snapchat, and I think like 1 or 2 days into that whole Snapchat and Instagram like texting, we started webcamming a lot. She came back, we went out to, oh man, she came back on the 30th, and she invited me to have lunch with her and her ex-boyfriend and a mutual friend of theirs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Me
super
and my
weird.
ex were still sleeping together at the time. So we still, talked here and there because I just saw that it was fitting to just continue sleeping with my ex until I found someone new.
What a woman.
We all have needs, and I felt like, instead of adding on to my dick count, it makes sense to just sleep with my ex. So we still hang out, not now, but we hung out then, and we had plans to have Szechuan together, and with a friend, Andy. Oh, but Andy canceled.
No, he was there.
Or was he there? Okay. But you
Yeah.
were so quiet.
Yes, I went into that lunch like very...
Wait, back up. Before we went to that lunch, I invited him and I said, "Oh, so I have lunch plans, so I can have lunch with you. But if you want to come, you're more than welcome to come." And he was just like, oh yeah, like I would love to come, blah blah blah. And then he was just like, I'm gonna talk to your ex so much. I'm gonna ask him so many questions. And then once we got to lunch, he was the most quiet I've ever seen him, and I've only known him for a short amount of time at that time. So I was pretty shocked. I said, what? I was thinking to myself, what happened?
Yeah, I went into that way too gung ho, and when I got there, reality struck, and I was just like, oh, this is so awkward. Yeah.
I don't think my feelings developed for him
Until when? Because you gave me a New Year's kiss.
You're a fucking liar.
Are you sure?
You're a fucking liar.
Okay. No, what she said was, I want to, but, you know, oh, what was it? Like, because your ex was also there and, like, someone else and whatever. Oh, the guy that you were talking to at the time was also there.
I just didn't want to give him
No.
a kiss.
She said she wanted to.
I think I fell for him after our first date.
Whatever.
Yeah. But before then, our first date was what, January 4th?
Wow.
Was it?
Good
Was
job,
it?
yeah.
Okay. Our first date was January 4th, just a couple of days later. But before then, I just thought it was fun, like flirtatious, whatever. I was just having fun. I didn't think much of it. I was actually seeing, several people at that time.
Oh, yeah. Seth.
Yeah, I was talking to several people, so. But I was pretty transparent about it, and like, me sleeping with my ex and stuff. But I think I started cutting all of that off after January 4th, because I started catching feelings for solely just him, and it felt stronger than the rest of them. So I wanted to take it a little bit more serious, and so I cut everyone off by then. When did you start catching feelings for me?
I don't know. It was a blur.
Yeah. He told me he loves me on our first date.
I can neither confirm nor deny. I don't. I'm a little more analytical and left-brained, and she's definitely more emotional and right-brained. So we remember different things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that's basically how we met and how our relationship sprouted. And that concludes our first episode with Casually Us Podcast.
And we'll see you next time.